I couldn't be happier. It's such a great feeling, almost like coming home. Just so good for the soul. It's a bit windy now that we are on more exposed terrain. It made me change my outlook on life. It's really steep. Because it was raining so much, yeah, got completely soaked. This is not for the faint-hearted. Hi, my name is Ellie. I'm a long-distance hiker and backpacker. With my rescue dog Otto, I embarked on my biggest adventure yet in spring of 2023, hiking the length of Britain from Scotland to Cornwall. Come along for days 91 to 93, where we started the southwest coast path and walked from Minehead to Culbone Church-Lynton, onto Lynton, and from Lynton to Combe Martin. Even though the sign for the coast path is just a few meters from the hotel I've stayed at, I didn't walk up to it yet because I wanted it to be special to see that. And here it is! This is it, the start of the last part of our hike, the southwest coast path. Woohoo! Ah, I'm so happy! Good morning! We're back on the coast path and I couldn't be happier. It's such a great feeling, almost like coming home. I know this sounds probably weird, but the coast path last year changed so much for us, for me, for our entire life. And yeah, it made me change my outlook on life and yeah, what I wanted. It became really special and I'm so happy to be back here. I can still remember my picture being taken last year on the first day of the coast path, and it feels like it's only 1 year later, but I feel like a totally different person right now. I can't wait to see all the beautiful parts of the coastline again. It's also really nice because I know what's ahead, which wasn't the case for example, the Pennine Way or Oversteig Path, which sometimes caught me by surprise because, for example, it was way harder than I thought it would be. On the coast path, there's a lot of elevation, but I know what's ahead. I still remember the tricky bits. The coast path starts in Minehead, which is in Exmoor, and then runs along the coast of North Devon, Cornwall, South Devon, and then ends in Poole in Dorset. But we are only doing about half, since we're going to Lizard Point, which is the southernmost point of the UK. And yeah, we're gonna walk through Land's End and then onto Lizard Point. It's roughly 310 miles, I think, so about 500 kilometers. Another thing that makes the coast path special on our JoGLE hike is that it's actually the first trail of all the trails we did so far that we are doing in the right direction, meaning the direction that most people hike the trail in, which is great to meet new people, because on the Pennine Way obviously you meet a lot of people if you're going in the opposite direction of basically everyone else, but you only see people once, which is a bit of a shame. But the coast path is really the first trail that we're doing like most people are doing it, so I'm excited to meet other hikers and see them maybe again after a few days, and that's really nice to have this sort of community. So yeah, I'm so excited for what's to come. As you can see, the weather is perfect, and I'm just so happy, and it feels amazing to be on that last part of this epic long hike. So let's go! two options for the path here, and last year I took the easier version, the bridle way, and this year I'm going to take the so-called rugged path. It already starts strong with some good climbs. Halfway through the first part today. That's the village of Ware over there, and just behind this little hill there's Bossington, and there's a tea room there, and I'm gonna have my lunch break. It's so interesting to see if that part walking down towards Bossington is still as hard as I've found it last year, because last year I remember it being so steep that my knees were hurting so much after I got down. This first stretch today, even though I took the rugged path, was so much easier for me today, because obviously we're fitter now after having hiked all those miles, but also I'm in my head I'm in a much better place than last year. Last year it was my first day, and yeah, I just had said goodbye to my boyfriend, and yeah, it was hard, and I was questioning myself so much, and yeah, I don't know, I just, that first day it was so hard, but it was hard mentally and not really like from not really that hard when it comes to the terrain. We made it down, and it's still as steep as last year. Ooh, I really need of a break now. My knees are hurting. Time for a coffee. We are on our way to Ware, which is not that far, maybe another hour or so. And yeah, then I'm going to sit around there for a bit, because the spot where I'm planning to camp tonight is not that far past Ware, so I'm just going to wait a little bit, maybe have another coffee, and then in the evening I'm gonna hike that last mile or so. As you can see, it's really pretty. The area between Porlock and Ware is a salt marsh area, because apparently there was some flooding a few decades back. I don't know exactly. The sea basically flooded this area and the fields, so now it's more of a salt marsh area and a nesting place for birds and other wildlife. That's really interesting, and it's so nice to be back on the coast. I still remember that last bit over the shingle beach. It's only half a mile, but still it's very hard to walk on there, especially for Otto. Just had dinner in the pub in Ware, and now we have about 2 kilometers to get to our spot for tonight, and I think and hope we are going to make it before the rain is about to start, because I think it's not long. I can already see the rain in the distance. It's still early, it's only 5:30, But in this case, I think I will set up the tent anyway. It's very quiet there, I think, and yeah, I don't want to sit around in the rain. I found a spot for tonight. It's the ground is very rocky and it was hard to put the packs in. And this is our spot for tonight. It started raining, but there's not even one drop on the tent yet because it's very sheltered, and yeah, I'm very happy. It was the perfect timing. Good morning! We just set off from our camp spot from last night, and it turned out to be the perfect spot. Actually, it was so well sheltered and there was a lot of rain in the night, but the leaves were so dense that I could pack up a completely dry tent, which was amazing. So I'm really happy there were no ticks. We're on our way to Lynton now, and the forecast is not great. It's supposed to rain quite a bit, and there's even a thunderstorm that could maybe roll in. But I think this section is actually perfect. If it rains heavily, you can stay almost dry under the leaves. So I think it's not a bad thing to walk this section today. Probably not a very long day, although there's a lot of elevation on this stretch, so I think it's going to be a bit tough, but I'm ready for it, so let's go! Look at this view! Wow! This is so stunning! We are almost at Foreland Point now. As you can see, it's quite steep. We have one last climb, and then it's all downhill from there to get to Lynmouth. I didn't take a long break yet because I couldn't find a dry spot. It rained really heavily for the last hour. But look at that, it's so stunning. Oh, we are almost there. That's Lynmouth down there. It's a bit windy now that we are on more exposed terrain, and even when it's completely wet, he does that. We just sheltered in the little church at Countisbury Hill because it was raining so much and was the classic side rain coming from the sea, and I missed the time to put on my rain pants, so yeah, got completely soaked. But at least it stopped for now, at least for a little bit. We're on our way down to Lynmouth now. So yeah, luckily not too far, and I'm really happy to get to the campsite, and it's supposed to be dry in the afternoon, and I hope that's actually the case, and just have a good rest and a hot shower. It's horrible to walk in the rain, but it's so stunning with the mist and the clouds. and a last very steep climb up to the campsite. We made it to our campsite. It's been just a very wet afternoon, but the campsite is really great. There's a river running there, and it's very calm and peaceful, and there's a Thai food takeaway just next door. So I got myself some real food. I got the vegetable curry with rice. Really happy to have some real food. I'm gonna enjoy that and see you tomorrow. Got some coffee, let's start the day. Look at that, that's such a nice path. Oh, I'm really happy to be back in such a beautiful place, to be able to walk along the sea the whole day. That's, it's just so calming and just so good for the soul. Lynmouth and Lynton, that's such a great place. I really love the vibe. It's so lush and green, and all the beautiful houses on the hill with amazing sea views. And it's not a like you would picture a seaside town, because there's no real beach or no sandy beach, at least. But just I can really see why people and centuries back poets would come here even in winter to sit in a room with the sea view, because it's so rough and it's hard to describe. It has just that it's not a place where you would go into the sea, but more where you could all year round basically sit and just watch the sea, watch the waves crash. And it has just, I don't know, it just has a really cool vibe to it. Must be so nice to have a house there, or even just a room to sit in there and watch the sea the whole day. That's just, it's just gorgeous, and just something that's so good for the mind, the soul, and I'm so happy. I'm just so happy.
A new place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back.
That's the Valley of Rocks there. Oh, it just gets better and better. It's just such a nice stretch of the coastline.
Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive.
That's the classic coast path. You have to drop down all the way here just to walk back up again along there. And another big climb. We're going down there to Headland's Mouth, and I'm going to have my lunch break there, and then up all the way again and up there. this is what I got for Otto's lunch.
I was in the dark against it all, made it through the day, 'cause I found my way. I found my
And this is my lunch for today. Some electrolytes, then 2 small baguette things, some hummus and some vegan slices. Ooh, the climb out of Heaven's Mouth is really steep. As you can see, it's almost, I think, 180 meters of climbing within just a few hundred meters. So yeah, really steep. Ooh, this is not for the faint-hearted. We made some good progress and we have only one climb left. This is Great Hangman, which is the highest point of the southwest coast path, and yeah, wanna climb up there, and then it's only a short walk downhill to get to Combe Martin. We just walked down there and then up. It doesn't really show on camera, but it's a very steep climb up to Great Hangman, at least the first part, but not too long. I think we're almost at the top. We've made it! Great Hangman! We've made it to Combe Martin. I'm going to the store now and then to our campsite to have a good rest.